It's Emily from Life So Savory, and today I'm going to be doing a couple of things. We're going to be using one of my free patterns to create a tank top. Love the tank tops, and the last couple days have been a sneak peek of summer around here, as it's been 80 and sunny and just beautiful. So I'm in the tank top sewing mood. But two, in addition to showing you that pattern, that's not even going to really be the main project today. We're going to talk about the artspira app from Brother, and I'm going to show you how you can use it to get and create amazing embroidery designs. So a couple of days ago, I posted on my blog how to use the artspira app and how to transfer files between the app and your sewing machine. I've showed you before, I think, how to use it with your cutting machine. But I'm going to show you now how to use it for embroidery and just talk about a little bit all the fun features that are on there. And then we're going to stitch out some beautiful embroidery to hopefully accent this tank top that I'm making. So all of that to say, hi. Welcome to the show. I'm so glad you're here. Please say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. I'd love to know who's on this afternoon and who's around. Some of you are on Facebook and some of you are on YouTube. And both of those, you can't always see each other's comments, but I can see both your comments and I would love to say hi. So let me know again where you're watching from, if you're up to anything exciting this afternoon. I'm not. I'm just sewing away here, going to work on dinner after I finish this show and get a few things organized before I pick up the kids from school. So, yay. All right, let's talk about what you need for this project. So, I have my phone here. We'll talk about the artspira app in a minute, but we're going to make sure we have it on your phone or your tablet. I really actually want to download it on the iPad because I was playing around with the custom embroidery files where you can create with your finger, you can draw whatever you want, and then you can embroider it. It turns it into an embroidery file just that fast with no special software, and I love it. But drawing on here with my finger is not super easy. I'll show you, I'll demonstrate that when we talk more about that. But that's not really easy. So on my iPad, I'd like to do it on the iPad so that I can really, I think, have more control over my designs. So we're going to do that. So you need the artspira app or other embroidery files. I'm going to be embroidering on knit. So today I have two types of stabilizer. I have just this medium weight tearaway stabilizer, and I have some sticky stabilizer. And I love using that with knits to keep everything in place so that it doesn't move. Okay, so sticky stabilizer. Then I'm going to use this 5x7 hoop. I have two fabrics. Let me show you these close. So what I am hoping to do is I'm going to make the main part of my tank top out of this marbled blue. This is tri-blend t-shirt fabric from Raspberry Creek Fabrics. So I think these actually go together really nicely. And the tank top pattern that I'm using has a back panel. So I'm not sure. I'm going to cut the front out of the plain, which is where we're going to put the embroidery. And I'm not sure on the back if I'll do the two side panels in the floral or the center back piece as the floral just as an accent. But I'll think about that and cut that out later once I see with the front. So what I'm going to do is, you'll see in a minute, but I've actually found a flower on the artspira app that looks a lot like this one. So on the front of my tank top, right sort of along the collar up here in the corner, I'm hoping to embroider a couple flowers like this that will tie together this plain fabric and this floral fabric. Okay, so I have fabrics. I have my stabilizer. I have my hoop. I have my pattern here. And then I have, the embroidery thread that we're going to use. And I'll show you that when we move over to the sewing machine up close. But I just sort of picked colors that are going to be similar to this, so that this flower will match the flowers that will be on the front of the tank top. Okay. So I think that is what we need. And now I've debated, I'm going back and forth in my mind whether I should pre-cut out the front of the tank top or I should embroider just on a piece of fabric and then cut it out later. I don't know. But to get the placement right, I think I'm going to cut this out, and then put the embroidery on and then sew it up. So if I hate it, I think I have enough fabric that I can always redo the front. But I think we're going to cut out the front of the tank top. As I sort of go back and forth in my head, that's the conclusion that I'm coming to. So this is the racerback tank. And I actually was realizing I was looking for my simple summer tank to sew, which is just like a front and a back piece and very basic. And then I saw this one and I thought, what is this? I don't even remember what this pattern is. So I opened up the pieces and then I remembered, oh, it's this one with the back panel. And I love this tank top and I have not sewn it for a really long time. So I'm super excited to sew up this tank top. It's a free sewing pattern. And if you just go to my website and search racerback tank, you'll find it. Actually, I should maybe pull up that pattern for you. I haven't sewn it in a long time. It's really a great one. The back panel makes it so fun to be able to play with different patterns. Okay, so let me just put this up here actually, I'm going to put it in the comments. Okay, let me know if you can see it. I'm posting, I think it's going on both Facebook and YouTube. So that is the link to this pattern. It comes in sizes extra small through extra large, I think. And I've made it a lot of times where that back panel, I put in some stretch lace and it is perfection. I love it and I have made it in a long time. So I'm really excited about making it today. Okay. So let's cut out this front piece on the fold and then we will be able to at least take a look and see what else we have going. All right. So this, like I said, this is tri-blend t-shirt fabric. So it's very, very similar to t-shirt fabric that you would buy on it from a t-shirt that you buy at the store, where it's really pretty stretchy side to side and just a little bit stretchy up and down, similar to what I'm wearing right now. It feels very similar to this shirt, which was purchased and not sewn. And so if you're looking for that kind of t-shirt fabric, I love the tri-blend material. It gives a very authentic feel to your t-shirts and is so cozy and comes in a lot of fun designs. I had a really pretty stripe tri-blend last fall, and it was beautiful. Okay, so I'm just going to cut out the front. That's all we're going to do. And then I'm going to show you how I can hoop it. And then we'll talk about embroidering on it and using the Artspira app for embroidery. So if you have not, I'm looking for this cutting device. If you have not downloaded the Artspira app, it's free to download and it's super fun to check out, even if you don't have a compatible device. And what do I mean by compatible device? Well, it only works with brother sewing machines that are Wi-Fi enabled. So there's a little Wi-Fi symbol on them, or scan and cut machines that are Wi-Fi enabled. Now, scan and cut machines have had Wi-Fi a lot longer than the sewing machines. So chances are that your scan and cut has the capability to be used with this app, even if your sewing machine doesn't. And for the last several months, that's been the case for me. So I've been able to cut files from the Artspira app, but I have not been able to embroider. But now I have a machine that I can embroider and wirelessly transfer the designs between, and I'm so excited to show you how it works. So let's take a look at this. Okay. So we have this cut, and then there's a bottom binding that goes on here. And just thinking about, is there a pattern piece? I can't remember. There's like a bottom band that goes on this front piece, and then it kind of connects to the back. And like I said, the back is two different pieces. Okay. So I have the front cut out. It looks pretty. And what my goal is to sort of embroider the floral right here. I want to make sure I leave at least a seam allowance because the bands to finish this will go on the sides and the neckline. But let's hoop this and see what we've got. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to put one layer of the medium tearaway stabilizer. Okay, this is net fabric. It's a little trickier to embroider on, so I am going to put 2 layers of stabilizer. I've also cut my fabric, so I want to make sure that I'm not distorting it when we are embroidering on it, because then it will distort what I'm sewing. Okay, this is sticky stabilizer. So this side is regular stabilizer. This side has sort of a wax paper coating that you peel off, and it's sticky underneath, and you can stick your fabric right to it. I love using this for embroidery, and it's super handy. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to put these 2 layers of stabilizer in the hoop. Oh, I did that wrong. Loosen this up. Okay, it's going to be a little bit thick to go through because like we have 2 layers on here. So make sure you open up your hoop quite a bit. So if I was doing the fabric before I cut it out, like if I was just going to embroider on, I don't know if this is big enough. I mean, if I'd have it open big enough. If I was going to put just a piece of fabric on and then cut out the pattern later, I probably would try to hoop the fabric. But since I already, gotta muscle it in. Since I already cut the pattern, I'm not going to hoop it. I don't want to stretch it out and I don't want to distort it. So I'm just going to attach it to the sticky part here, and it works and it's just fine. Just tightening it down. Okay, next step is to expose the sticky. You can use a pin or scissors, anything sharpish to score that waxy paper, and then lift it on a corner. To expose the sticky. Okay, got it. Okay. Oh, too bright. You can't even see. All right, so I have the sticky stabilizer here. There's still 2 layers of stabilizer in my hoop, which is going to be great. All right, so now which shoulder do I want to embroider on? I'm sort of thinking the right shoulder or bust, chest area. So I'm going to lay that in my hoop and sort of center it. I can have the strap fabric extend a little bit over because actually I won't embroider all the way up the strap. We'll kind of play around with the placement of how it looks on here. Okay, now I have it stuck on, but I'm also going to put just a couple of pins to make sure. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. And I haven't really ever had it slide using the sticky stabilizer, but why risk it sliding around? Okay. So I put a pin in the top here and a pin here, and then this part is all stuck down nicely, and hopefully we can embroider sort of right along in this space. Okay, that's the hope. And again, we are going to make the design similar to this flower right here. Hopefully it works out, and I'm going to show you how to get the design off the app onto your machine and how easy it is to embroider. So because I'm using my phone today to show you the app, I don't have it. I don't have it set up as my second camera. So I'm going to actually turn this one. Sorry. Okay, so turn this, show you the sewing machine. Let's see. Okay. So let's get a close-up here of the app before we get started on the sewing machine. And whew, okay. Okay, make it a little less dark. All right, so the first thing you want to do is open up. I'm gonna close it entirely so you can't see. Okay, so you're gonna go to the Artspira app, and it's this little white one with the blue writing, and then you're gonna open it up. And if you have never signed up before, it will ask you to sign in, and you can use an account. You can, in your user information, you can link your Canvas Workspace account, which makes it really easy. You can link, I have it signed in, so I sign in with my Apple account, and then you can link a brother account if you have one of those as well, which I think I do because I've used like embroidery, but I don't have that linked. Okay. Then for machines, you can link a cutting machine and an embroidery machine. You can also link multiple embroidery machines if you happen to have them. I have my scan and cut linked as well with my embroidery machine. And what you'll want to do, this one, for some reason, it didn't, I was trying to link it and it didn't work. But so you can see how you can add multiple machines to this, but you just go to register an embroidery machine, and then it walks you through. You'll need a code from your sewing machine and a code from this, which you input on the opposite devices, and then you are ready to go. All right, so then I can select where I want things set. So make sure you get those set up before you are going to transfer anything. But if you're just looking around, you can go ahead and sign in with your Apple or Google account, and it's so super easy. And this is actually fun to look at, even if you don't have a device to use it with. So up here, there are embroidery designs, cutting designs, projects, and design templates that you can look at. Here, these are full tutorials that will walk you through exactly how to make this project with step-by-step instructions. Okay, so like if I click on this one, it tells me the materials, everything I need, and all the steps to create this beautiful flower card. This is very similar to what I'm going to embroider. All right, so that is super fun and easy. And just, I love the step-by-steps, okay? But if you don't want those, you can just look at embroidery files, cutting files, design recommendations, and then I knew that I wanted to match the floral. So I went to embroidery designs, then I went over here to flowers, and then I was looking through which flower is very close to the ones on the fabric. And this says primrose. I think this is almost identical to what is on my fabric, just different colors. So mine is light pink and yellow. And this one actually has 3 color petals. I'm going to simplify it to just 2 color petals, but we're going to use this design. So instead of 5 colors, I only have 4 colors because I'm going to embroider both these darker pinks as yellow or light pink. And then the light pink, I'm going to use yellow so that it matches my fabric, or as close as I can to match my fabric. Okay. So before I create, well, actually, no, while this is stitching out, I'll show you some of the other design features that I love on here. All right, so we're going to create it. Oh, create it. You can see here that it's sending to my sewing machine right here. If nothing was listed, then you'd want to go back or select the machine that you wanted if you had different machines. Mine is already selected. Then I'm going to hit transfer. Okay, I actually don't need it to show me that every time. So now it says the transfer is complete. Wahoo. How easy is that? Let's take a look at where you can find that now on your sewing machine. So here is the sewing machine, and you can tell it has Wi-Fi because it has a little symbol right here. So nice and easy. And then it has the pocket design. So you hit the pocket. From there, you can use machine or files that are saved on your machine, USB, Wi-Fi transfer, or cloud transfer. Now, these artspira designs are, sorry, it's a little bit reflected, are stored in the cloud pocket. So you just wait a couple of seconds. It really isn't that long. You'll see here in real time how quick it was. And there is the design that I transferred from my app. And so this is just in the design, but I do want to show you some of the other fun features with the app, but I'll do that because this is going to take a few minutes to step out. So I'm going to select it. I'm going to set it. Okay. So here now we can move and rotate and all those things, but I need to put in my fabric in the hoop so I can see the placement or the rotation of this where I want it. So let's do that. Okay. I'm going to come back here. And it is just still very bright. Oh, that's better. Okay, close the curtain. So I just wound this bobbin thread. So I'm going to put this in. I'd love to know if any of you have played around with or used the Artspira app, or if you'd like to in the future. Have you really investigated it? Waiting for a machine. Okay. So this machine is the SE2000 and it has up to a 5x7 hoop. So this is the largest it can embroider, but it is a combo machine and I can do both sewing and embroidery on it. So this is the center of my, this is the neckline. So I sort of want the embroidery to be more this way than in the armpit. Okay, so let's see where we want to move it to. And is it, oh, here we go. I wanted it to move in real time and it wasn't. Okay, so let me, I can't, kind of want to see where the placement is, but, oh, here. Okay, so here's where the top would be. There's where the side would be. Ooh, that's a little too close over there. That's where the other side would be. That's where the bottom would be. I might want to go back and let's see. Let's try to make it just a little bit smaller. Okay, so I'm reducing it. Now I am going to do that again. Top is there. Side is there. Other side is there. Bottom is there, back to the center. Okay, I'm going to move it down just a little bit because I'm feeling like it's going to go off the neckline. Okay, let's try again. Top, side, that's better. Other side, bottom. Okay, so I think that is in a good spot. And let me just show you what I'm pushing over here so that you can see what that is. Okay. So this is the move arrows. I press these, the whole design moves around, okay? This green cross right now shows you where the needle is. But if you want to check the placement on your fabric, this little needle with the cross, this is where I hit this and it's moving. See, and then I hit the other one, it moves to the side. The other one, it moves to the other side. Okay, so that is what I'm pressing to really check, and then I can put it back in the center. Really check my placement. We're going to hit OK on that one. Then, or maybe I should rotate it. Yeah, actually, that is pretty. Okay, so now I'm going to go back, check my sides. Yeah, I'm just going to move it up just a little bit. Okay. Okay, I think that's gonna be good. I hope hopefully you're not getting too dizzy. I'm not showing you this moving all around. I'm just showing you the screen. All right, we're gonna hit embroider. Okay, now we're just gonna start with the green. So I will do that, but like I said, I have yellow for the flower. I have pink for the flower. I have green for the leaves. I'm not following the colors on the design, and I have blue for the flower centers. I'm not following these because I'm trying to match the colors that were on the fabric already. So I'll grab that again for us to take a look at. Okay, So this is the flower that we are trying to match. Yellow, pink, light blue in the center, and then there are some green leaves on here. So I'm using more of a muted green, not the bright green that is on the design. Okay, so let's embroider and then we'll talk about some other things as well. So I need to thread the green into my machine. Stuck on something down there. Okay, cut it off. Use the automatic needle threader to pop it through. I wonder, maybe I have to put this foot down. There we go. Okay, pops it right through. It's quick on that one. I guess put the foot down on there. And we're ready to start with the leaves. Okay, so I'll move the camera around a little bit and show you as this is going, but I love how it says exactly how long it's going to take, and it's going to take us 4 minutes to do the leaves. So we will let it get started. All right. So while it's doing that, I want to show you another feature on here. Okay. See if it will. Is it too much to focus on all those things? Okay. So down here on the bottom, there's a little, come on, focus over here. It's really, really focused on the embroidery. There's a new button. When you hit that, you can do a design editor, which allows you to combine some of the designs that are already pre-built into the app, or you can go to the drawing tools. And this, I think, is super, super fun. So we're going to go to the 5x7 because that's what we have. And this is where I think being on my iPad or tablet would be way better than the phone because this is pretty small. However, you're going to see that it's still pretty awesome. So you can import a photo. So let's see, like these Easter eggs. Okay, and then what you can actually do is you can draw over it and trace it if you want to create really cool sketch drawings. So I'm using my left hand. Obviously, I'm not going to create anything very detailed, but I can see with a stylus and a tablet how I could create a really cool line drawing over something I'm doing, and then I could embroider that. So that is fun. Okay. The other thing you can do is just draw with your finger. Straight stitch. Okay, that'll do a straight stitch. Up here, you can choose if you want it to focus over here. You can choose if you want it to be really harsh lines or you want it to smooth it out. I like it to be smoothed out. All right. And then, then you can erase it. You can also just cancel it, discard it. You can also do the satin stitch or like that zigzag applique stitch, and you can draw out exactly what you want. So I have done, you could do like made with love to add to quilts. Okay. Obviously, this is where you can see how it would be better to have a stylus, but how cool would it be to add a custom signature to things that you're doing? You could have your kids sketch out a picture, and then you could go ahead and embroider that. Exactly how it's on here is how it will show up. So really easy to use that. And then you can also do the cutting. There's some cutting features in here. The design editor. So this actually lets you use all different size hoops to edit these designs. We have a 5x7, so we'll do it so we can add in can combine like this embroidery file, and we can add text. Okay, so you could combine the two together and sort of have a file where it has words and the thing all together in there like that. Okay, looks like it might be done. Okay, so let me give you a close up. This green is pretty muted, but that's what I want it to be because the green is not very apparent on the other fabric either. Okay. All right, so then I will change out next it is going to do the dark pink, which I am doing as the yellow. Actually, the yellow I'm going to do as the next two colors. Okay, so the next two colors I'm going to do in this yellow. Oops, press your foot up. Get the presser foot down, bring it around, cut it, push it through. Okay, so now we will embroider the next two colors in yellow, and that will again give us a design that hopefully is similar to the fabric. I'm trying to recreate this flower here, and you can see the light green, and I think the green I used is actually pretty similar, but it doesn't stand out a whole lot on the fabric. So we're using a yellow, then I have this light pink for the pink, maybe a little bit brighter, and then this blue for the center of the flowers, which is probably a little bit brighter than they have on here, but is a similar blue to this one over here. Okay, so I think those will all look really pretty with trying to copy and do this one. All right, so it is stitching the outline and then it's filling it in. I'll give you a little close up. The flowers are going to be really cute on here. I have done this before where I tried to find an embroidery file that matched my fabric, and it just turns out so cute. So highly recommend doing that if you're interested. And look, you can look online, you can look on this app, but try to find, if you have floral fabric or design, if you can try to find one that matches it. Oh, the thread broke. Okay. So I'm going to go back about 30 stitches to make sure that it re-stitches that part that maybe it didn't stitch when it was broken. Okay, and cut. If the thread breaks again, we may have to look at putting a new needle on. Sometimes that is the culprit. I'm going to make sure it's not getting stuck on my spool of thread. Sometimes how I put that in also, does not want to go with the foot up. Learning curve. Okay, so let's something is not right there. I am going to also remove this. Show you a little troubleshooting as we go. Remove this and make sure that the bottom, there's some weird stuff. There's kind of this weird bunched up part on the back. Whoa, holy cow. What happened? Okay, there's some weird bunched up stuff here on the back. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. Make sure that is not getting in the way of my embroidery, I'm going to re-thread the bobbin while I have this open, just to make sure that that is threaded correctly. We'll put this back on and then re-thread the top once more. Okay. Make sure the turn dial's in position. Make sure that it's up. Around, around. Okay, put the presser foot down. Thread the needle. Okay. Let's just go back a couple of stitches again and see if this will fill in. Yes, Mary, of course it happens when it's live, but that gives me the opportunity to show you some troubleshooting and hope, oh, yes. No, it's broken again. Oh, because it's, oh, my needle broke this time. Oh, boy. Okay, so we will definitely be changing the needle. I just noticed that it was actually stuck up here on my spool, so I need to do a better job with that. All right, so we're going to change the needle. You guys get the full troubleshooting experience here. Change the needle, and then I need to get a different cap for up here. The problem is this is catching and then it's causing it to break. So I need to grab a different, bigger spool cap that will help with that problem. And of course, I've got to dig through all my things to find it. So hopefully that will solve that problem. And then embroidery, grab a new needle. Too many needles. Okay. These are specific for embroidery on knit. I don't always use a specific needle for embroidery on knit, but let's try it since we are embroidering on knit fabric, right? Why not? Okay, so make sure the presser foot is up. I'm going to slide this in. Make sure it's nice and tight. Oh, I do keep forgetting. I got to put the presser foot down. Okay, that is throwing me off. Okay, here it goes through. And all right, so let's go back. The needle is down. Press the needle button to raise it. Oh, it just unthreaded. Ah! Okay. You guys, thanks for bearing with me. This is, of course, if it can go wrong, it will. You all know that. Troubleshooting at its best. Live and in person. Okay, so I'm going to go back. I don't want to leave a hole. So I want to definitely make sure that I'm overlapping where I was. I love being able to go back on that embroidery. Okay, can it do a good job? Can it not get caught? I got to keep my eye on the spool up here to make sure that it's not getting caught on there. I don't even remember what I was talking about, but anyway, we're recreating the flower. We are hoping that it's doing, oh my goodness, it was like almost done with that petal, all that. So much drama over nothing. This machine does not have a jump stitch cutter, which is that foot that flicks under and cuts those jump stitches. So you will have to go through and trim the little threads when you're done. But it still stitches out beautifully and creates really fun designs. And I'm so excited now to be able to play around with the app and some of the designs on there. So they release new projects like every couple weeks, and there's always so many good ideas on there. All right, so let's let it finish this yellow. Then I'm actually going to restart it with the same color because I want my yellow to be double and I don't want 3 different colors on my project. I just want 2. It's looking pretty good. Okay, so now it's finished. It wants me to change the thread, but I'm not going to because I want double the yellow. So all I'm going to do is press the start button again. And now we'll have 2 yellow petals, double the yellow, which hopefully will achieve the look I want, of course. I don't know for sure that this is going to be what I want it to be, but I think so. I think it's going to be right. So anyway, it'll do the second set of yellow, and you can see there's sort of 3 flowers, and it's creating the cluster of each of the 3 different flowers. And now they'll have 4 yellow petals instead of 2 yellow petals for each of the 3 different flowers. I think I'm also going to create the binding around the neck and the arms from the floral fabric to again tie it all together more completely. The sun is going in and out of the clouds in here, which is doing some funky things with my lighting. Okay, so I'm trying to give you a really close-up view of what's going on there. Let's take a look here at the screen, what it's showing me. Okay, so we're on this pink. Here's what it's stitching out, which we're doing in yellow. We have the light pink and the blue left to do. And once it's finished, the other ones went off the screen. This plus minus is what I was using to go back before I started again to make sure that we were stitching over those stitches that might have been missed. I think it's going to be really pretty, and I think it is going to look a lot like the fabric. The flowers are actually starting to come together. Okay, so one more to do. The little guy needs his extra yellow leaves. And then here's the light pink that I'm going to use. Okay, so we'll add that. Other 2 leaves of the 6 and hope that that makes it very, very close to the flower we're going for. I'm pretty pleased with the placement of this design. I think what I actually could have done is rotated my shirt at a little bit of an angle so that it hugged the neckline just a little bit more, but I don't know that until I play around with it. So I'm okay with it not hugging the neckline, but if I were to do it again, I think I would have to rotate the fabric because, well, I guess I could do, this one you can do partials too. So I guess I could have rotated it on the screen here. All right, changing to pink, red, maybe. This thread seems really tangled. I might be abandoning it. What is going on? Guess I should have checked it first, huh? Okay, we're gonna cut it. Cut that. That seems to be all tangly. Start over. Okay. All right, let's embroider that last color. I'm going to keep my eye up here on the spool of thread. Make sure it is not getting tangled. Okay, so we're adding in that light pink. Again, if you haven't seen this, this is what I'm trying to create. So the yellow with the light pink. And I think it's going to be very, very close to that when it's finished. The little flower looks cute. Hi, Cynthia. All right, look at that. Looking pretty good. I love the yellow. Coming together, and then we'll do the blue in the centers and it will be finished. Again, this tank top pattern is one that I've not sewn for a long time, so I'm super excited to be sewing it. It has just a sort of a plain front, then it has a racerback style back with a panel down the center, which is perfect for contrasting fabrics, stretch lace, so many things that you can do with that. I'm just now thinking like, oh, we could do like a lacing up the back, or just, there's a lot of ideas that maybe I'll do some hacks with this fun pattern and share some new ideas. But I've put the link in the comments, both on YouTube and Facebook, if you're interested in the pattern for this tank top. I've also linked in the description of this video on all platforms my tutorial that walks you through how to use the Artspira app if you are interested in that, and more details and specifics on how to use it, how to transfer your materials between the two, and all those things. Also, if you didn't catch the beginning of the show and you want to be able to watch the start of it, you will be able to replay it from the beginning as soon as I'm finished here. You can always watch it on my page, in my Facebook group, or you can share it to your timeline to make sure that it's there and easy to get to when you want to take a look at it. So if you're interested in where we started and what we were doing, all that's at the beginning of this video, and you can check it out. We're wrapping up this embroidery here, and I'm excited to take it off and reveal the finished product and see how it's going to turn out. I'll have to think about if I want to add more embroidery or I just want to go with this. Not quite sure. Okay, and then finally, we are going to add the blue centers to these flowers. I'm using a lighter blue than is recommended, but it fits more in the color schemes of my fabrics. So that will stitch out real quickly, and then we'll take a look at the final result. All right, last little floral center here. And, oh, okay, now it's finished. Just wanted to move around a little bit to finish that. We're going to take this off and take a look at the finished design. How cute is that? I think it turned out pretty adorable on there. You can see the back, it's stitched out really nicely. And then because this is knit fabric, you're just going to want to make sure that you carefully remove the sticky backing, carefully remove the tearaway or cut it. But let's compare. Our goal was to match this yellow flower. How do you think we did? Pretty good, if I do say so myself, right? Not too shabby on that. I think the colors are really good, and the overall flower design is pretty decent. Okay, so I'm thinking this is going to contrast and coordinate really well with this design on my shirt, and I can't wait to show you what it looks like when it's all finished. This will be a project that I will be sharing later, and I'll be excited to show you about it. So that's my tutorial for today. I hope you enjoyed seeing the demonstration of the transfer, some of the features on the Artspira app, and then also my finished stitch out and my attempt at matching to this floral fabric. All right, you guys have a great rest of your Wednesday, and I will see you next week.